Mickeys.
Yay!
All right.
Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's BBCan 11 Digital Daily Update.
Oh,
Yay!
hi.
Yay! Our house guests of the day are Roy Rogers and Nancy Cowden.
Wow.
I
Thanks,
know,
guys.
right? Thank you both so much for the
We
support.
appreciate it.
We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys are watching this and you want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Okay,
Wow.
so lots to discuss today.
A very meaty tuck today.
This was the longest digital daily
To
yet.
date. Yeah.
Clocking in at like 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Wow. So
250.
meaty.
Yeah. So when we left off yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
we know that Jonathan and Hope are up on the block.
Oh, my.
And pretty much everyone except Teen Girl Squad, Renee, Claudia, and Shania.
The crown's on the block.
Yeah, they're pissed that Shania used the veto on Renee. And it's making people so mad that they were saying, like, oh, we need to take out those girls before Ty because we would not feel good about losing to one of them. But, like, if we lost to Ty, it is what it is. So I was hoping that this was just some sort of, like, knee-jerk reaction. They were upset that they didn't get their way. But, yeah, it was.
Well,
they're talking about targeting Ty again instead of
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah, so they're settling in again after a crazy day. But yeah, someone from the crowd will be leaving this week. It seems like it's gonna be Hope, but
Hope.
Ty is convinced that Jonathan's the one going.
Good.
He is really clueless without Zach in there telling him everything.
He is out of the loop.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about today's digital daily. It's covering yesterday, day 39 in the house. Oh my
You know
goodness.
what that means? We have a whole nother day of campaigning to sit through. And I thought today was pretty epic.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in today's.
I don't want to hear it all again. Can we just say ditto for tomorrow's spoilers?
We'll see what happens. But
Ugh.
Anika, Hope, and Kuzi were chatting in the toucan room. Mm-hmm. This was just like a short little blip of a conversation. But it sounds like Anika is having issues with one of the guys in the house. And
who is it?
I'm assuming it's Ty. It sounds a lot like it's Ty.
Why is everyone so hesitant to say people's names?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they did say his name. We didn't see this whole conversation.
I know.
We only saw a piece of it.
There's other conversations where they're like, oh, this is the target.
Because you never want someone to be able to go back to that person and be like, this person's dropped your name. You know what I mean?
That's so
if you technically
lame,
don't say the name.
That is so lame.
That's what the deal is, though. But anyway, is Ty criticizing her cooking too?
He might be.
Did she make some bland-ass waffles again?
Maybe somebody should chip in and send her to cooking school.
I'm pretty sure what happened was Ty was trying to convince Anika to vote out Jonathan, and he's telling Anika, look, those girlies are all going to target you if you keep
Teen Girl Squad's coming after you.
Yeah, we're going to get into all that, but Hope tells her, hey, if you're not happy with Ty, win that HOH next week and put him up. All right, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, me too.
So then,
I mean, that's what the game is, right?
Yeah. We have Renee, Santina, and Jonathan chatting outside. And honestly, Santina didn't have too much to say in this conversation until like the very end.
Yeah.
It was mostly like...
Yeah, she was just like...
Yeah, it was mostly just Jonathan and Renee chatting. So Renee is talking about how she feels like she was the target this week.
She was.
Very perceptive. I mean, originally Santina was the target, but because Santina was safe,
Santina never made it to the block.
Renee became the new target.
Right.
But she can tell because people had a visceral reaction after.
Things look a little different when you're sitting on the block.
Yeah. People reacted in a big way
differently
after the POV ceremony.
Yeah.
So Jonathan's like, yeah, that sucks. Well, I feel like I'm the target now.
Was everybody like, oh,
I guess. And he's like, I have so much respect for you now that I've been up on the block, and you've been up there like 3 times. And
Jonathan, you've been up there a hot 5 seconds.
I know, but he has a lot of respect for her that she's been able to overcome that. And he has respect for Shania for saving her friend, because he brings up when Rob was on the block, he didn't care if other people saw him trying to keep Rob. He was doing what he could do for his friend.
Right.
So he's into it. He gets it. So then Renee's asking Jonathan, well, do you have any game ties?
No, I'm lone wolf.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't have any alliances. He's a free agent, which we know is not true.
He's
right?
a liar.
He's with the crown. But he can get away with this because people have this perception, that he is a free agent.
Right.
The crown is doing a
It's
really good
secret.
job of staying secret right now.
How do they do it?
They just I don't know. I mean, part of it is there's some dum-dums in there, but they're doing a really good job of keeping it under wraps.
Mhm.
So yeah,
They're
he's
too
like,
busy
I'm a free
drinking tea
agent.
in there.
Yeah, and he's saying, I want to stay. I want to make a big move, aka take out Ty.
Yes.
And
say his name.
Yes. Jonathan tells Renee, do what's best for your game, even if that means voting me out. Do what's best for your game. So I get voted out. Big deal. I'll go home to my family.
Have a great life.
Have a great conversation with Arissa. Be so happy to see her.
Go to the jury house. Live it up. After the show, we'll all be friends. I get to go see my son, my wife.
And he says if he leaves, he's going to leave with class.
As he should.
Yes. But he says, if I do stay, which would be amazing, I would protect you. It's just he's having a hard time being up on the block next to Hope because he genuinely cares for him.
Yeah.
So
in a non-sexual way.
Okay. So that you don't know. You don't speak for him. So Renee says, you're making a lot of great points. I love what you're putting down. I'm going to take it all into consideration. And Santina says, yes, that was a great pitch. I'm proud of you. So then Renee goes inside and Johnny and Santina are alone.
Right.
And Johnny says, if I go, you should really reel in Hope quickly because Hope.
Because he's all over the friggin' place.
Hope will be super loyal until he's not. I'm sorry. Is he loyal to Jonathan? Yes. But
I mean, has he gone against what Jonathan
No, but he feels a little flip-floppy,
Little flaky. Especially when somebody's not there to reel him in. I mean, if nobody's holding him back, he is out of control.
If Jonathan isn't here, I feel like
who's going to mentor him?
There's a really good chance Hope would just go back to Ty.
I know.
So he's like, no, you can't let that happen. You need to scoop Hope up. Don't let Ty get him.
I'm sure that's what Ty is hoping.
I'm sure. Yeah, of course. So Santina's like, I don't know. I'm in a tough spot right now. I feel like the house has split. You've got the girls on one side, Teen Girl Squad, and you have Kuzi and her group on the other side.
Whoever that may be.
Daniel and Anika.
Okay.
That's who she's thinking of it as.
Right.
So she's like, I'm in the middle right now, and I need to figure out which side will have my back. Who wants to work with me? So this was surprising to me. Jonathan says, I think the girls would trust you more than the other side.
Wow.
And this is weird to me because I thought he would want to set her up to work with the crown more.
I mean, maybe he does, but he knows it's not happening because they don't trust Santina because they were burned by her before.
And he does genuinely care about Santina. He wants to see her do well. So I guess he really does think,
he is a stand-up guy.
He does think that the girls would take her in more than the crown would, which is probably true. So Jonathan's like, I'm going to do some investigating for you. I will get back to you on that and let you know my assessment when I have more info.
Thank you, sir. Good day, sir.
So then Jonathan was talking about how much he's struggling in this game, mentally, because he's not cut out for all the scheming and the lying and the backstabbing.
He's a good guy.
He's a nice guy. Okay, he doesn't want to be playing dirty. So Santina's tearing up and basically asking, do you want to go to jury? Is this too much
for you? Are you okay, Johnny?
Yeah, and Jonathan's like, I mean, it's hard, but I want to stay and fight. So Santina's like, yeah, but are you sure? Because I don't want you to hurt inside every day. And he's like, no, I want to stay and fight.
She's really worried for his mental health. Well, and she is taking it so far.
She keeps bringing it up over and over again. It's almost like she's trying to convince him
to go. Maybe in a way.
I feel like
she is.
She thinks that Hope staying is better for her game.
Well, it is. It absolutely is.
But she doesn't want to vote Jonathan out. Excuse me. I can't stop yawning once I start. So she's almost trying to convince him to accept leaving so that
she doesn't have to vote him out.
She doesn't have to she'll be okay with voting him out. But she also seems nervous that Jonathan just if he stays, he won't have the guts to do what needs to be done and like to play this game. So she's like, I want you to do what's best for you. We'll talk again and let me know where you're at. Okay. So then we have Anika and Kuzi chatting in the toucan room. And it sounds like they're talking about this vote. And it sounds like Anika is advocating for Jonathan to stay.
Thank you.
Yes. She says Jonathan has already proven, like he has brought us information that he got from Santina. So that's a plus, right? Ty would not be able to get to Jonathan. Jonathan is not that easily convinced like that.
Yeah. He's not distracted by the shiny colors like Hope is.
Right. And then if you look at Hope, if we keep him around too long, we're not going to be able to beat him in those competitions at the end. A plus for Jonathan, he's genuine. He will fight with us to go against Ty. There's no way he's going to flip back to work with Ty. And he can get info from the girls also and bring that to us because those girls want to work with him. So Kuzi agrees with all this. She's like, yes to all of it. Jonathan is mature. He's reliable. Hope.
He's loyal.
Yes. Hope. He's a good competitor, but he always has to be monitored, right? He's all over the place in this house. He falls for things. Here's a big one. He keeps volunteering to go up on the block. Not good when you're in an alliance with other people, right?
He's doing rogue votes when rogue votes should not be done.
Yeah. So Kuzi's like, honestly, also at this point, I want Ty's plan to fail. And they know.
Too. That's a big part of it.
Yes. They know that Ty wants Hope to stay and for Jonathan to go. So that's also factoring in here. So then Jonathan comes in and he's like, oh, I'm so exhausted. He tells them about his campaigning.
He did have quite a bitch.
He has been campaigning his butt off for sure.
He had a very long, very detailed, very repetitive pitch.
So he's telling, he's sharing his pitch with Kuzi and Anika.
I was like, oh no, not the whole thing, Johnny, no.
And then he adds on, like, I'm obviously working with you two, so my pitch is going to be a little bit different to you guys.
They were exhausted after he did that pitch. It just kept going on and on and on, and it went in circles.
But he's making a lot of good points.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to hear this again tomorrow. We need new info.
Get over it. So
we need new info.
Jonathan adds in this pitch that he is loyal to the crown until the end. So he's asking Kuzi and Anika, please just like tell me what you're going to do the night before so that if I am going, I have time to iron my nice jacket. I can shine my shoes and look good if I'm leaving. And if you do evict me, please keep
no hard
Hope
feelings
close.
And no hard feelings.
Right. But he has been bringing up in pretty much all of his campaign discussions. He's like, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I got to hype up Hope. Like,
Hope's a good guy.
Work with him if I'm out of here.
He's loyal.
Right. Very wholesome.
Yeah.
Of Jonathan.
Yes.
So he was also hyping up Santina, saying Santina is a very close friend of mine. She's smart. She does not know about the crown, so you don't have to worry about that. But she is also a free agent right now, so you might want to scoop her up. So then Kuzi's like, all right, I got a question for you. What would you do if Santina and I were both up on the block?
Of course, he said he's going to get rid of Santina.
I mean, with no hesitation. He didn't need a second to think about this, and it felt very genuine. He said, I would keep Kuzi. You are part of the crown, and I am all about the crown over anything else.
Crown before Santina.
Or anyone.
Okay.
And Kuzi's like, yeah, I believe that when you say that. I think he's serious about it. He is so into the crown. So
it's really kind of weird.
It's not weird. Why is that weird?
He's like, oh, I love doing this. I don't want to do this again.
He wants to be able to do that in the diary room again, for sure.
Oh my God.
So Anika brings up some frustrations with Ty. I think this is what she was talking about earlier. She says Ty told her, you better keep Hope because the girls, those that Teen Girl Squad's
coming after
They're coming after you next week. Which honestly is true.
It is true.
Teen Girl Squad is targeting Kuzi and Anika, not Daniel because they want to work with him. But they want to break up that group, and they are targeting Kuzi and Anika. That is true.
It's true, but it's what he wanted as well.
Right. So Anika is asking for details, like who said that, where'd you hear that, blah, blah, blah. And Ty is not really sharing. You know how he operates in this house. So
Yeah.
Anika says Ty is trying to pit all of us girls against each other so that he'll be safe next week.
That's why he was telling everybody something different.
100%. Absolutely. Again, Teen Girl Squad is targeting Kuzi and Anika, but Ty is definitely trying to get the target off of himself.
Yes.
So Jonathan is praising this season's women. He said, you're all so smart, so strong, so bold. You're queens. You're absolute queens.
How amazing would it be? There's 5 women left.
Nope.
There's 6 women left.
Yes.
How amazing would it be if they steamrolled the guys and we had an all-women finale?
It'd be pretty wild. Unprecedented.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see it play out.
I would love to see it, especially after the crap that they had to put up with Zach and Ty.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so they're talking about plans for next week. Of course, Ty is the number 1 target. They want to make sure they take advantage of him not being able to play for HOH. And this is like such a relief because yesterday I was nervous when Kuzi and Anika were talking about targeting those girls before Ty. But now they're back on track.
No.
Yes. And it sounds like they would put him straight up on the block. They would not wait until after the POV. And if he does come down, they would take out one of the Teen Girl Squad. Interesting. Not Santina, or at least that's what they're saying in front of Jonathan. I don't know if they're serious about that. But Jonathan is confident that he can get Santina to work with them. They do not need to target her right now.
Who would you like to see go first from Teen Girl Squad?
Probably Claudia.
Yeah.
I just can't with her running back to Ty over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Deal breaker.
Yeah. So, all right. After Jonathan leaves the room, Kuzi and Anika are still talking. And Kuzi's like, I want to keep Jonathan here.
Yeah.
She's feeling really good about him. Anika agrees. She says, yes. Hope's got to go. And then Ty right after. So Hope comes in a little while later to tell them about his campaigning. And he's like, yeah, I talked to Teen Girl Squad and I told them I want Ty out. And they were very receptive to that. They like that. They're on board with it.
Great, get out. We've just been blasted by Jonathan's pitch. We can't handle anymore.
I just feel like the vibe was so different.
Yeah, they were just so like, yeah, okay, get out.
I feel like in their minds, they're like, we need to keep Jonathan. And hearing Hope's campaign pitch about like, yeah, I'm going to target Ty. But they don't know if they can trust that he would really do that. So I just felt like the energy was off. It was different. They weren't
like
as into Hope. Yeah.
Do you think he would?
I have a feeling like he wouldn't. You know, I feel like he would fall under Ty's spell.
Yes.
Ugh, it makes me nervous. But anyway, Kuzi and Anika are like, we got work to do. We got to talk to these girls. So they go to Circle K.
They run down to the Circle K room. How many times did they check that hallway to see if somebody was listening outside?
A few. So they go to Circle K to straighten some things out with Teen Girl Squad. So we have to mention there have been some new additions to the Circle K room.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just like food and drinks. They have these like little price tags all over the walls with different amounts of money. And they also hung up some iconic photos and quotes from house guests in past seasons.
Good TV? Is that what you want?
We've
good
got
TV?
Godfrey in there. We've got Betty. We've got Ika. So
I'm not going home, Marty.
I miss Betty.
I know, Betty was really good.
She was amazing. So I don't know if that's gonna like factor into a new competition or what. But Kuzi,
probably, right?
Yeah, Kuzi says, I feel like we need to get our heads in the game here. Someone, Ty, is trying to pit us against each other to keep the attention off of himself.
God,
she gets right down to business.
Up.
Yes. So they start talking through some issues.
Women talking.
Right. Best screenplay winner. They talk about the drama from the POV this week. Because again, there were tense reactions after that POV ceremony, apparently.
Like,
I mean, we're gonna see it tonight, hopefully. Renee is like, I heard that you guys were pushing hard for nominations to stay the same. Like, what's going on there? And Renee's like, I'm not gonna apologize for coming off the block. You know, I want to be safe. I want to be here.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I would have had the votes to stay. if I was still up on the block.
I think she's right.
I know she's right. So Kuzi says, Ty has given all of us different information so that we'll go after each other.
Thank you.
Again, like a lot of the stuff that Ty is saying is true, but he is trying to use it to his advantage to pit them against each other.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
So then Santina joins them, and suddenly we have all 6 women in the room. Yes.
Wow.
So Renee is talking about the POV, saying, it kind of felt personal when everyone was upset at the POV ceremony. And Kuzi and Anika are trying to sell this as it wasn't we were upset that you were coming down. We all felt bad that Jonathan was going up.
Oh.
So Kuzi apologizes, for whatever part she played in making Renee feel bad. And Anika's like, how do you feel moving forward? And Anika says, we really should, if we hear stuff about each other in the future, we should confront each other about it, right? We can't let this fester.
You mean we should work together?
Not like an official thing, but Claudia agrees. She says we need to keep communication open, right? And without naming any names, they talk about how they all have a mutual target.
Shall not be named.
Ty.
Ball game.
Ugh. Well, guess what? Ty walks in to get a drink. So
BioSteel?
Awkward, probably. And then he leaves almost immediately, and everyone's just like,
I bet he peed in a diaper.
Well, Claudia thinks that he looked pretty shocked when he walked in and saw all of them there
what's
together.
all the girls doing here that I told different things to? Comparing notes?
And she was like, how many of us are going to get asked about this later?
Grilled.
Oh, I'm sure.
Get out the barbecue. There's going to be grilling.
Yeah. So Santina says, we don't need some male figure telling us what to do and try to position us in the house.
Tell us what to do.
Yeah. Shania says Ty is grasping at straws right now. She cannot wait to see him leave. And then they all talk about how much they hate it when Ty says, ball game.
Yeah.
And Shania says, we should say that when he leaves.
I will be so
Please.
pissed.
That's what we said in last night's episode chat.
If they don't do that.
They got to say ball game when he's evicted. Please.
Yeah.
So they want to get this done as soon as possible. They're all hoping that it's going to be a double or a triple eviction. No, I don't think so. But they're strategizing, what do we do in that situation? Do we put Ty up right away or do we backdoor? And this is what we were talking about earlier. Anika says they should just put him up right away.
I agree.
Get him on that block. I think
it's probably a good idea.
Because you never know what's going to happen with the veto.
Put him up right away.
Yeah. So Santina's like, okay, cool. What are we thinking about this week's vote? Hope versus Jonathan. So they're comparing some more notes about Ty, and Claudia is spilling the tea.
Whoa.
She said, Ty is telling me that if I vote Jonathan out, maybe I can get back in the house's good graces. And everyone's just like, pfft. So, yeah, clearly Ty is pushing for Hope to stay. And the girls just feel like they can't rely on Hope. They don't want to keep him around.
They're like cats. They want to F some S up.
Yeah. So I feel like in this conversation, Teen Girl Squad definitely made it clear that they are leaning towards keeping Jonathan. Whereas Kuzi, Anika, and Santina were both or not both, but we're all kind of holding back a bit. And not really saying what they were thinking. Because we know from Kuzi and Anika talking that they are leaning towards keeping Jonathan. But they did not say that in front of the other girls. They were much more guarded about it. So, okay. Cut to Ty, Hope, and Daniel. They were all in the library searching through the books.
Yeah.
And it looked like they found something odd. They said they found a ripped page.
Somebody probably found the power.
Maybe somebody ripped something out of there. I don't know if that was that book that Santina saw something in or what. I don't know what's going on, but they're looking.
You think she has something?
She might. I hope so.
That would be amazing.
Imagine if she got that too. Damn, she'd be on a roll. So that was just a quick little look at what they were doing. And then it went back to the Circle K room. Now we have Renee and Santina chatting alone. And Santina's like, yeah, when we were talking to all the girls, I didn't want to give out too much info because I don't know where everyone stands at this point. Right. And she says, I feel like I'm in the middle right now and I'm trying to figure out which side to go to.
Right.
So I'm sure Renee's like, come over here. Renee says,
Come over to our side.
Yeah, Renee says we all have a common target, right? I got to check in with Claudia and Shania and see what they're thinking about, everybody working together.
I won't say its name, but
we know who it is. Ty. So yeah, they're talking about how amazing it is that there are so many girls left in this game still.
Yes.
They're wondering, like, do the guys even realize?
Oh, I think they do.
How the scales are tipping here, and they would just love to keep it going and get as many ladies as possible to the end. So Renee's like, that being said, I think we should still make it appear that we are fragmented, that we're not all working together, because we don't need to make a bigger target on ourselves. Absolutely. Yeah, so Santina says, I guess the vote is going to show which way I'm going, which side I'm going with. But, like, is it? I feel like this vote is going to be unanimous. Yeah. I don't think there's going to be showing anything.
It's going to show that she's going for Jonathan. She wants to keep him.
No, I know, but if everybody does.
Yeah, well, then everybody's.
Then it doesn't show which side she's on.
She's on the side that wants to keep Jonathan.
Yeah, but I'm saying they all want to keep Jonathan.
That'll show that they're all working together.
I guess. Maybe. I don't know. No, she means choosing between working with Teen Girl Squad and working with Kuzi. Oh. So, yeah. Santina is nervous that Jonathan's head is not going to be in the game.
He's okay.
He said so many times he wants to stay and fight, so I don't know why she keeps bringing this up.
I'll check with you tomorrow. Yeah. But you know what? He said, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. No need to check in. I'm telling you right now, I'm okay. All right, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, Santina says, I talked to Hope and he wants Ty out, so that is encouraging. But, like,
doesn't everyone?
Totally. So Renee's like, all right, I was close to Hope very early on in the game, and I feel like I can't do it anymore. She says Hope changes his mind so quickly. He flips back and forth. He is sporadic.
What a liability he was. He really took years off of her life.
Well, Santina says, I need to hear from Jonathan that he wants to stay and fight. And then
he wants to stay.
All right. Well, then we had a clip of Jonathan talking to Santina outside,
saying how much he wanted to stay.
Well, he's working on his speech for Thursday.
Oh my God!
Hello, BBCan Manor family.
This game has been
mentally, physically,
scratch that.
Spiritually exhausting. BBCan Manor fam.
Yes. This game, as of late, nope, scratch that. Let's start again.
All right.
BBCan.
Enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So they take a break from working on the speech for a little game chat, and Santina admits, you know what, Hope staying is better for my game, but I feel like you have not had a chance to fight yet, and I don't want to take that away from you. I want you to have that chance.
That was really nice of her.
Yes, but she says you have to want it. I want you to want to be here.
I want to stay.
So she says, if you're ready to fight, you have my vote. I'll vote your way. And Jonathan,
did I happen to mention
Jonathan wants to stay. He wants to stay, but she's still like, all right, well, check back in with me. I feel like she's waiting for him to be like, no, vote me out. I want to go. But he wants to stay. So
he wants to stay.
Yeah, we've got the eviction tomorrow.
Oh boy.
It seems like Jonathan is going to stay, and I think the vote could be unanimous.
He's going to stay?
I think so.
He doesn't want to go to jury?
I don't think so.
Oh.
And yeah, that means Hope would be leaving. I can't believe
we have to listen to this again tomorrow.
Who knows what's going to happen
at this point? I would welcome some freaking fluff.
Today was a hefty ass digital daily.
Same thing over and over and over.
I mean, even though it was really long, I enjoyed it because I feel like we got a good idea.
We got a meaty,
what's going
slice.
On. Yeah. So we'll see. Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. We will be back tonight to talk about the episode, and then we'll be back for another double, digital daily and episode tomorrow. So
wonderful.
Thank you for watching. And until next time,
much love. Bye. See you later.
Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 Bye.
One person.